Tuna has long been more than just a fish in Japan. It is a cultural cornerstone, a centerpiece of sushi and sashimi, and a symbol of maritime tradition that stretches back centuries. Globally, tuna catches exceed 2 million tons annually, making it one of the most valuable and sought-after species in international fisheries. In Japan, a small number of coastal prefectures dominate the industry. Aomori, particularly the towns along the Tsugaru Straits, is world-famous for its giant bluefin tuna, often weighing between 200 and 300 kilograms. Locals proudly call this Oma tuna, known internationally as the Black Diamond, because of its astronomical value at annual auctions. A single fish can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars, cementing its legendary status. But behind this prestige lies an intricate system of fishing methods, conservation measures, and centuries of evolving culinary practice. Understanding how tuna is caught and why its value remains so high requires us to dive deep into the history, the technology, and the people who depend on it. Japanese tuna fisheries employ a variety of methods depending on season, region, and the intended market. Each method has strengths and trade-offs. Longline fishing is the backbone of Japan's distant water fleets. Lines can stretch more than 100 kilometers across the open ocean, with thousands of baited hooks suspended at intervals. This method minimizes damage to the fish, making it ideal for sashimi-grade tuna. Crews often rely on spotting birds or surface activity to locate schools before setting the lines. A single set can yield fish weighing more than 300 kilograms. Purse seine fishing operates on a completely different principle. Teams of vessels encircle schools with massive nets, creating a floating purse that traps the fish inside. This method is efficient for large-scale harvesting, but raises concerns about bycatch and stress damage, which can lower meat quality. In ports like Choshi and Sakai Minato, entire fleets operate in synchronized teams, deploying lights and sonar to maximize catch. Fixed net fishing is more traditional. Fishermen set elaborate stationary nets in coastal waters, exploiting tuna's tendency to migrate through the same routes year after year. As the fish swim into the net, they are guided into compartments where they are later lifted by hand nets. This method often yields fish alive and undamaged, prized for premium sashimi markets. Together, these methods reflect a balance: efficiency versus quality, tradition versus industrial scale. Each plays a role in sustaining Japan's tuna supply. In the past, tuna fishing depended on intuition, observation, and luck. Today, it is a sophisticated operation, combining sonar, satellite data, and strict government regulation. Modern vessels are equipped with fish-finding sonar that can distinguish not only the size of a school, but sometimes even species composition. Artificial lights, often powered by powerful LED arrays, are used at night to attract prey species, which in turn lure tuna to the surface. GPS linked buoy buoys track fish aggregating devices drifting across oceans, helping fleets anticipate migration routes weeks in advance. Yet technology alone is not enough. Overfishing has become a global crisis, particularly for bluefin tuna. Japan, once responsible for nearly 400,000 tons a year, has dramatically reduced its take due to international quotas and declining stocks. Organizations like the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission and ICTAD set strict catch limits, while Japan enforces seasonal closures and gear restrictions at home. Some scientists are experimenting with selective net designs to allow juveniles to escape, while others are studying tuna behavior under varying light and water conditions to improve fixed net efficiency. These innovations are crucial not just for Japan's markets, but for the health of global oceans. Beyond the economics and technology lies the story of how tuna captured Japan's cultural imagination. Ironically, in earlier centuries, tuna was considered a low-class food. Its red flesh spoiled quickly, earning it nicknames that linked it to misfortune and poverty. During the Edo period, workers on the margins of society consumed tuna out of necessity, often masking its iron taste with soy or vinegar. For a long time, the fatty belly, now called toro, was discarded or turned into cat food. The turning point came in the 20th century. Advances in refrigeration and transportation allowed fresh tuna to be delivered inland. After World War II, changing dietary habits made fatty cuts more acceptable, and sushi chefs began highlighting toro as a delicacy. By the 1960s and 70s, as sushi spread abroad, tuna became synonymous with Japanese cuisine. Today, New Year's tuna auctions in Tokyo attract global attention. A single fish can spark bidding wars, making headlines worldwide. What was once overlooked has become a crown jewel, a symbol of Japan's culinary sophistication and global influence. Looking ahead, Japan's tuna industry faces both opportunities and risks. On one hand, global demand continues to grow with sushi restaurants thriving in cities from Los Angeles to Paris. On the other, climate change, overfishing, and rising operational costs put immense pressure on fishermen. Sustainability is now central to the conversation. Coastal cooperatives are experimenting with releasing juvenile tuna to replenish stocks, while researchers explore selective gear that reduces bycatch. Aquaculture farming tuna in controlled pens is also gaining traction, though it comes with its own challenges of cost and environmental impact. Ultimately, the story of Japanese tuna is one of adaptation. From ancient fixed nets to AI-driven sonar, from disdain to global luxury, tuna has mirrored Japan's resilience and innovation. Preserving it for future generations will require the same blend of tradition, science, and respect that carried it through the past.